What is going on out there, peeps? All right, let's get back a little bit into updating what I wanted to say about gold and silver. Okay, we see that the values are going up. We're going to show you here what the recent values are. And still people are on the cryptocurrency kick. Despite all the warnings, despite all the evidence of we just seen it crash. But I will tell you this. It's going to go back up. I don't know if it's going to get as close to where it was before and further. I don't think so. It might, but let me tell you why. The powers that be are still pushing you guys towards risky assets. This is what they do before the bomb drops. They definitely don't want you guys around gold and silver. We're going to hear from another person who talks about cryptocurrencies. But before we get into it, you should be considering buying precious metals. And if you do, go check out our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you are a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get a free ½ ounce of silver. A lot of you are moving over your IRAs and your 401ks. This is what I'm talking about. Even if you feel uncomfortable moving the entire amount, which I understand, you should still be considering moving 25-30% of your holdings to hedge against inflation, to protect yourself from a market crash. But we know June 28th is coming up, and there is a lot of chatter, a lot of speculation on where gold prices are going to be. We know the central banks, the European Central Bank is on the verge of collapsing. They need to do something to help give some liquidity to that bank, or else the Great Reset is not going to work. So they're going to need to bail it out. And that goes along with a lot of these other central banks. So they're going to do whatever they can to restore credibility. And just keep in mind, it's these people who caused all these problems. They can't raise interest rates. We know that. Because it'll collapse the economy. They only have one option: revalue gold. So we're going to keep an eye on there. And I hope you guys are ready for this ride. We're going to have some interesting things to review here in a second. Again, I keep wanting to encourage you guys to go over and check out Wall Street Silver, both their YouTube channel as well as their Reddit page. The links are down below. I keep promoting these guys because I'm really grateful for their effort in bring awareness to the silver market. And more people are wising up and they're investing into silver. So the more we can work with one another to get word out, by all means, I'm all aboard. You guys know in the comments, when you're leaving comments, make sure you know the difference between me when I comment versus somebody who's fake. That's me with the gray around there. If I don't have gray around my name, it's not me. I won't send you to any WhatsApp or tell you to call any phone number. Ready for this? This is from the U.S. Mint. Before they were trying to figure out how to cover up the truth, but now look at, they're just telling us. The United States Mint is committed to providing the best possible online experience to its customers. The global silver shortage has driven demand for many of our bullion and numismatic products to record heights. The global silver shortage. The squeeze is working. Keep buying. We're going to check out, or let's look at, first of all, what's going on in the markets. Let's see where we are. Again, gold is up above that 1900. It's just sitting there kind of quietly at 1910. Silver is above $28 at $28.15. That's where they are for now. I won't be surprised if they try to drive these prices down. Give it a big whop one more time. While they're doing that, you're going to see cryptos make their run one more time. They're going to discourage you from going into physical metals and encourage you to go into risky assets. Don't fall for that trap. But again, if you decide you need to, I would want to encourage you guys to consider Ethereum. Because when the dust settles and all these cryptos crash, I do believe there's going to be a handful of cryptos out there that'll still be used. Bitcoin, Ethereum, for sure. We will see where it goes. But again, they're starting to go up little by little. For how long, I don't know. But I anticipate they're going to bump these up big time. Give this one last hoorah before June 28th so they can pick up as much precious metals as possible before the doo-doo hits the fan. Realize that a lot of the shorts that were being put out there by these banks are being covered at the moment. I don't think they're going to get them all covered, but we're noticing a huge amount of them are being covered. Let's listen to Danielle. I love Daniela over here in Stan's LBRY Research. I will leave a link for the video. Come over, check this out. But I want you guys to listen to what E.B. Tucker has to say and the warnings about the so-called central bank's digital currency. I keep warning people about this. You got to have physical gold and silver outside of the system, or else you're going to be trapped. Let's listen to what he has to say. We're just going to listen to a few minutes of this, but I will leave a link so you can hear the whole thing.
Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, the race is heating up here. I wanted to go over a stat with you that in 2020, about 60% of the world's 65 central banks surveyed said they are running experiments on CBDC, central bank digital currencies. That's up 20% from 2019. Now, what they are saying will be the positives from this is, it promotes financial inclusion, payment system stability.
Yeah, so that's their new thing. The Great Reset calls this financial inclusion that they're talking about inclusive capitalism. That's just a fancy way of dressing up a turd called socialism and trying to pass it off like it's something that everybody could be a part of. It's not. It's socialism.
Easier cross-border payments. But of course, the main concerns that come to mind here, EB, are security and surveillance. How do you see the implications of this race?
Well, wise people know that most of what you read in the news is nonsense, and it's also spin, and it's designed to create a narrative and to keep the public distracted. So I wrote a book about this exact subject. I mean, chapter 17 of my book, Why Gold, Why Now, which, by the way, the book's not really about gold. It's about wealth and how to navigate when things are changing rapidly, which is what's happening now. But the U.S. is already far down the line with respect to the digital currency. Now, digital currency means one thing: total control.
Yes.
Total control of every currency unit. So you're able to know where every single dollar is at all times, 24/7. You can restrict people's ability to spend.
See, that's my concern again about cryptocurrencies. I think it's just it's kind of Trojan horse. It gets people indoctrinated into using them. It gets you used to them, brings a mass awareness to them. I still don't feel like governments are going to allow it to happen, but let's hear what EB has to say.
Nobody can evade income taxes because all the dollars are registered on a blockchain. There's no such thing as counterfeiting because it's impossible to counterfeit the digital dollar. So you can see how if you were a totalitarian dictator, you would be crazy about this idea. Someone would pitch this to you and you'd say, this is what I've always dreamed of. This is perfect. So of course, this is what we're going to see. The table's already been set. Don't believe the news where it's like the bank's thinking about it. I mean, come on. They're more than thinking about it.
Right. So, okay, you said that U.S. is last on the list, and that is true. Jerome Powell, before this announcement, had said, look, it's not important for the U.S. to be the first. They want to do it right. Now, all of a sudden, they've said that they're going to start really looking at it this summer.
Yeah.
Are
it's
they
already
feeling
done.
Yeah.
It's already done. No. What I'm saying to you is that's what you're reading in the paper.
Listen to what he's saying.
So, which is a highly organized way of disseminating narrative. And so by the time you're reading something in the paper, it's already done. So these guys have been on this for a long time. It's very smart of them. The purpose of having control of money. I mean, think about what they do with Iran. Okay, so Iran is a boogeyman. Okay, we're going to block you off from using the world's dollar payment system to punish you. We use the dollar as a weapon. So we use it as a weapon, and then we try to use it as a carrot and a stick in our own country. So now we're going to give money to people that don't work so that they'll spend the money. Okay, so this is harder when you have to mail people checks, so you don't know what they do with the cash. So you want to control what they do with this money. So digital currency allows them to do it. The last page of chapter 17 of my book has a quote. Now, we redacted the guy's name that gave me the quote because he's a member of a government body, not the U.S., but doesn't want to be revealed in the book. And he says, listen, This is what we've always dreamed of. This is it. We've always had a problem with cash and with gold and with all these things that are off the grid, you know, because we don't know where the money is and
Right.
we don't know what's happening. This is everything. You can't evade taxes anymore. You can't counterfeit, and we know where every piece of currency is that exists. It's perfect.
Okay, so what does this mean for assets, you know, like the cryptocurrencies,
Yeah.
like gold, like silver? Does it only make the case stronger for them, or will this be a major hurdle now in the way of these assets because perhaps these countries don't want, you know, competition?
Okay, so
No.
you got to unpack these things separately. So Bitcoin's value and the value of the blockchain that is the plumbing behind Bitcoin are totally separate. You know, you trade the coin, but the actual infrastructure is super valuable, revolutionary, and it's eventually how we'll transact everything from buying a home and transferring property rights to buying a soda
On Ethereum platform, of course.
at the store, if you're allowed to, by the way. If you're heavy set, then they'll say no more soda for you, and your FedCoin wallet won't work.
He's joking, but there's a lot of seriousness to this. This is the type of power the government's going to have over people. Remember what happened over there in New York? They tried to outlaw sodas. Remember that? Trying to tell you what you can and can't eat. We already got the people from the Great Reset telling us we will no longer eat beef. They're telling us. They're not asking us. So what's going to happen when you have this so-called 100% digital wallet and you want to go buy a hamburger or a steak? They're going to go, denied. Well, what are your other means to be able to purchase things? Nothing. Unless you have something outside of the system. Gold, silver.
If you try to buy soda. Okay, but the
Okay.
point is that what does this mean for these assets? Well, Bitcoin is the original, it's the OG cryptocurrency. Okay, I mean there's value there. Ethereum has application value that allows it to back smart contracts. All of these things are very real. Okay, and this is very serious stuff. But the problem is that people have lost sight of what they're doing. So they're trading clamshells. And there's 10,000 plus of these coins out there, all right? My friend who's on the board of Patala with me said there's 5 guys in his neighborhood with new coins, like the startup coins, and they pitched him on all these coins, and this one's
Right.
going to do this, and this one you're going to buy pancakes with this one, pancake coin. I
Right.
mean, there's so many coins, right? And it sounds like a joke, but these coins have hundreds of millions of dollars of investment because people are just throwing money
Right.
at these coins.
It's a great distraction. Not only that, because see, people all want that quick, get rich quick scheme. So yeah, don't get me wrong. If you are lucky and you choose the right coin, if you were lucky enough to jump up on Dogecoin when it was really super low and get out of it when it got up there, congratulations, you made a lot of money. For those individuals, and you know who you are, who used to watch my stock watch and you dumped $10,000. I said fictitiously, I had a profile that we created, and I said, let's drop 10,000 of each one of these things. Well, a couple of you guys took advantage of it and did it for real. One of you dropped 100,000 on each of them and not 10,000. So a $10,000 investment on April 21st in Ethereum, when it hit its high point, you made $290,000 in profits, you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, being in the right place at the right time. Now, everybody's going to pitch some coin. Hey, I got this SafeMoon. I got this Dogecoin. I got this God knows what the hell else. Nobody ever goes out there and does the actual research to find out what the hell is behind the coins. You don't care. You just want to try to time it right so that you can get on board that train, ride it, make your money, and get out. The problem is most of you guys get in there and it starts going up and you made a lot of money and you just still hold on until it starts to collapse and you go, no, it'll rebound until you lose all your money. It's like a gambler. Now, if I go in there and I slap $1,000 on a crypto and it goes up and I now have $1,500, I'll take it. I don't care how much higher it goes. I just picked up another $500. Turn around and put that right into precious metals. Every single time. So yeah, cryptocurrencies are going to start to rebound. Hopefully you guys bought on a dip. Think cost to average. But let's continue to listen to EB because it's important to what he's saying. He's saying the same thing I said.
And they say, this is going to be how you're going to pay for sushi in the future. And I want to be in on it soon to speculate on this. But it's not the case. Okay, what's going to happen is that when you see FedCoin come into reality, right? This is a closed loop blockchain. You can't speculate on FedCoin. You can't speculate. The currency is controlled by the nation state. And people need to see that many of these coins are going to go by the wayside. Bitcoin's always going to be an asset, but you've got to realize to sell Bitcoin, you have to cross over a network. And if you don't think that network's monitored and controlled, then you're just crazy. So there's a place in your portfolio, if you're wealthy, for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. And there's a place for gold, and these are not the same things. They're not the same things. It's not digital gold, and gold is not physical Bitcoin. Gold is analog wealth. Now, people say, why would you want analog wealth? Well, in the future, you'll see the value of analog wealth.
Yes, you will.
Some analog wealth, not all.
You'll see it when you're stuck in a system and the government decides to do a bail-in and take all your money. And you're like, what the hell? And you're trying to get out of it? How? It's 100% digital. Or when they do negative interest rates, instead of doing it at like negative 0.5%, 1%, 2%, they start doing a negative at 10, 15% and just eating up your money. The whole point of the Great Reset is they don't want you to accumulate wealth. As a matter of fact, they're going to outlaw generational wealth transferring. So in other words, if I have millions of dollars and I want to go ahead and give it to my kids when I pass away, no, they don't let you. This is what they're trying to force us to do. That's why you need to fight this as much as possible. But EB makes a point. You're going to hear it. He said, they're sitting here telling you they're considering doing this? No, they're not. They've already done it. I told you, when they come out and they tell you, hey, there's this new cryptocurrency, and it's total peer-to-peer, total anonymity, it's total DeFi. Oh, yeah, privacy, no regulations. I said, bull. As soon as I heard about it, I go, yeah, it's that way now. But how long until the bad people start showing their true colors? They had already invented this technology, beat it up, figured out how it is. They're going to manipulate the masses into accepting this. I said this 1 billion times.
Just like you don't have all your money in Bitcoin, you don't have all your money in gold, you don't have all your money in stocks. There's a place for these assets. They're very different.
But see, so my question is, EB, will this build a more bullish case for gold and Bitcoin, the launch of the central bank digital currencies? Because, I want my privacy. I don't want everything surveyed. And does that build the case for these assets?
If you think Bitcoin is private, then you're dreaming.
Nothing is private. I keep telling people when they sit there, they go, oh, the dark web. You could do things on there. Use Bitcoins. They won't know who did it. No, tons of people got arrested.
So are you believing too much of what you read on Reddit or something? It's not private. It's anything that's, someone said to me a long time ago, anything that's on the computer is not private.
There you go.
Okay, well, it takes everyone a long time to figure that out. Usually a breakup helps. But
man, he said that. I started laughing my ass off. But look, it takes Danielle like a second to figure out what he said. He says, usually you don't learn a lot of things, or he says you don't learn about there's no privacy on the internet. It'll take something like, he said, a breakup. Now that's funny. Now watch Danielle's face.
Point is that it's not private. Okay, so it's a good asset though. It's not that it's not an asset that's got validity, right? In these times, but it's not private.
See, that's what I was saying. People keep going, oh, you hate crypto. No, I don't hate crypto. I don't trust it. There's a big difference. I know people keep trying to convince me that, oh, the government can't stop it. Oh, it's total DeFi. Privacy, no. Just like in the beginning, they said peer-to-peer, total anonymity, no taxes, no regulations. And where are we now? There's no peer-to-peer, but it's not private. There's fees, there's taxes, there's regulations. I heard that guy Michael Steyer say there was no taxes. What country do you live in, Mike?
So people are going to start saying, well, I want some of my wealth to be private. Well, analog wealth in the form of gold is the most private
And
thing
silver
you can possibly own. You don't even need a lot of it. I mean, honestly, in the book, I have a chapter about how much gold to own. It's a lot less than you think. It has a place in there, but it's not the primary asset. Now, when the light bulb starts coming on, I mean, I can see in you the light bulb's coming on that maybe Polkadot coin, is not the right place for my wealth. And I know it sounds insane, but I hear this from people all the time. They send me emails. What do you think about EOS coin? I don't know. What do you think about it? It's incredible because most of these coins have been sucked into this speculative rally.
Speculative. That's the key word. Speculative. Let me get it out there. The only thing that keeps Dogecoin up as valuable as it is because Elon Musk talked about it. Speculative. That's it. It has nothing behind it to support their values. I told you guys the only crypto out there that has anything behind it that would give it anything as far as value is concerned is Ethereum. How you cannot even create a cryptocurrency out there right now without it being adaptable for the Ethereum platform.
It's bigger than the .com rally.
But
it's bigger than the 2000s rally, and it's ultimately gotten out of control. And what's happening is people are making money out of proportion to their ability. And this is what you see before there's an adjustment. There's a big adjustment coming.
Well, everyone wants the next Dogecoin, right? Maybe if I, put my money in this coin that's, a 0.0000 of a penny,
that's what everybody
I'll
hopes.
be able to pay off my mortgage. Next time Elon Musk might talk about it. So
but
that's
choose
the
wisely.
Those coins, right?
Choose wisely because there's over 10,000 of them, and you don't want to pick the wrong one.
So do you think that we'll see greater regulation, or it'll become more difficult to create these coins since everyone and their brother is making them now?
Sure, that's certainly coming. I mean, this reminds me of 1999. I remember eating in a restaurant in North Carolina, and the guy wrote down, was waiting on my table, a 5-letter stock symbol. And I said, what is this? He goes, this is a hot tip. You got to get on this right away. What does the company do? I don't know, something on the internet.
See what he said? This guy gave him a stock tip. When he asked him, what does he do? He said, I don't know. But the waiters is sitting there giving out, telling everybody, hey, this is a stock tip, but did no research on it whatsoever. I can't tell you how many times people say, Pimpy, what do you think it is crypto? I never heard of it. There's all kinds of new startup ones. But keep in mind, some of these people are just there to grab the money and then crash the crypto and take your money. So be careful. See, I get that you guys are going, look, Pimpy, man, we want to jump on there too. We want to make some of that money. Fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But make sure you get in, set a goal as far as how much profit you want, and get out. Don't get greedy. When you get greedy is when you lose everything. Like I said, if I pumped in $1,000 and all of a sudden it's up to $1,500, I'm out. I'm out. I'll take the $500. I just made $500. I'll take it. Or what you might consider is this. You put in $1,000, let's say it gets up to $2,000 in value. Then take out your original $1,000. This way, then you're playing with house money. If you lose it, oh wow, you didn't lose any money. But if it keeps going up and up and up like you think it's going to do, then make sure you cash in some of those coins and do something with them. Just don't leave everything in there. Don't be sitting there going, oh man, I could add this much more if I left it all in there. No, don't do that. That's how you get suckered into this. You see everybody's riding cryptocurrencies and went up really high in value. And then as it went down, people didn't let go. They just kept holding on. It kept going down and down and down. And most of the cryptocurrencies lost about 50% of their value. And everybody's like, it's going to go back up. I always say buy on a dip if you believe that. But we did show you the Wyckoff. We showed you the graph. It followed it to the T. We know it's going to go up again a little bit, and then it's going to really drop. But let's continue to listen to EB just for a couple more seconds here.
And so this is how excited people were. And what happens is it doesn't mean the internet's not real. It doesn't mean that the internet's not going to change your life and how you do everything. But what it means is that 99% of the companies that have listed on the exchange are going to go to zero because they're not functional businesses. And
99% of the cryptocurrencies are going to go to zero. They're not functioning businesses. I was warning people about this. Also, EB did talk about this. He goes, oh, with the central banks getting ready to put a filler out there, you know, to see if they want to do. He said, no. They're not putting anything. They've already made a decision. It's already done. That's just what they tell the public. It's just like any technology. It's just like I said what cryptocurrencies were. When it came out and everyone's like, oh, it's just a new thing. I was like, no, it isn't. I guarantee the government has already had this, played with it, did whatever they wanted to it, and then now they try to figure out how to suck you guys into it. And that is accepting digital currencies. It's not that I'm not pulling for cryptocurrencies. I am. I would love to have something outside of the system. But like EB said, if you think anything whatsoever is private on the internet or on your computer, you are sadly mistaken. Got some of the things I want to warn you about. Let's cover a couple more things here real quick because I want to talk about this. You guys know I got Pimpy's Investment Chat, same name as the YouTube channel. The link's down below. Come join us. It's free to join. In here we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. Okay? I did a little survey because I was just curious about something. I was listening to a guy talk. This is interesting. I said, will you sell your silver if it's $50 an ounce? I can't tell you how proud I am of you guys. 90 of you said, one of you said yes, 90 of you said no, and one said some. You want to hold it. I'm going to cover something here in a minute. I did one on gold. I asked a similar one. Would you sell your gold at $5,000 an ounce? 51 said no, 18 said yes, 4 said maybe, 2 said a little. I'm not going to sell any of my precious metals unless I have to. The whole point of it is to protect your wealth. I'm going to tell you right now, the government is going to trick you into giving up your precious metals, and they'll do it at any cost. I listened to a guy give a lecture on confiscation. He said, no, this confiscation is going to be different. He said they're going to jack up silver and gold to a price that's so high that people are not going to be able to resist, and they're going to sell their precious metals, thinking, aha, I'm rich. And what are they selling their precious metals for? The same fiat crappy dollar that everybody says to be careful for. The same crappy dollar that has no value whatsoever. Now, having said that, I can understand if you have enough precious metals and you're like, you know, Pimpy, I still owe on my mortgage, I have enough where I could pay off my mortgage, then by all means, I understand that. If you make enough money and you're like, look, I could pay my debt off, then pay your debt off. That's a great thing to do. But if you're just selling your precious metals just to have the money and you actually don't need it, that's really not a great idea. The government is going to keep jacking up gold and silver. Their goal is to take all of our wealth, one way or another. Precious metals is real wealth, you guys. We need to have something outside of the system. If they push us 100% digital, we need to fight like hell. I'm seeing branches of banks closing. So see, they're not even like telling us what's going on. They're just doing it. They'll just close down all the branches. And you can be like, where do I go to get my money? No, who cares? Do the digital. That's the other thing, too. By the time you go to sell your precious metals, they might say something like, you know, hey, I know it's spot price is $10,000, but if you go ahead and you turn in your gold, we'll give you double that if you go ahead and jump on our digital currency platform. Now your privacy has been invaded. Anything and everything you do with your money at all is going to be tracked. And shortly after that, controlled. So you want to keep it unless you absolutely have to have it. And if so, don't cash it all in. Cash in what little you can. Try to hold on to the rest. Eventually, people are going to get tired of what's going on, and you're going to see things go full circle. But they will do and try everything possible to get you to part with it. So if gold goes up to 5,000, which I think it's going to be higher, if I need to pay something off, maybe I'll cash in a couple ounces and pay it off. That's when you should go ahead and make your sell. If you're like, this is my goal, Pimpy. Once it's $5,000, man, I got like $10,000 worth of debt, and I got 3 ounces of gold. Fine, take your 2 ounces, sell them. Get your 10,000, pay off your debt. But don't sell your third coin if you don't have to. The same with silver. If it jumps up there, we don't want to part with it because I don't think that ride's over. $50 an ounce, 9 of you said no. Man, I got a huge smile on my face. You don't even know how big. Ryan was saying, honestly, you would cash it in and buy, pull my profits and buy more Ethereum. Yeah, I mean, again, if you're going to go down that route, I would say then Ethereum's definitely the coin. The more people talk about it, the more projects that you see, you can tell Ethereum is one of the chosen ones by the powers that be. But EB makes a great point, and that is, if you think in your wildest dream that anything on the internet is private, you are sadly mistaken. If you think these cryptocurrencies are a new thing, you are sadly mistaken. If you think the central banks are talking about possibly designing a central bank cryptocurrency, you're sadly mistaken. They've already done it. It's already here. You're going to see some of the cryptocurrencies start to go up again. All right? They're going to make a run. So the smart thing is put your money where you think is the good cryptocurrency. Don't get greedy. Pay close attention to what's going on. And every time it gets to a certain point and if you got a certain amount of profits, then do something with the profits quickly. If I was you, push it into precious metals. If you guys are that bent on buying cryptocurrencies, of course you guys know I do got a link down below. Follow to take you to where you can buy cryptocurrencies. Mine are cashed in. Well, not 100% true. There's a little bit sitting in Bitcoin still. Okay? But for the most part, I cash mine in. I don't trust what's going on. And precious metals is exactly where I want to be. Like I said, I don't care if they drop it down to $1 each for gold and silver. There's no way in hell I'm partying with it. Look, the delivery contracts today, done, May. I'm curious to see where it is. Give it a couple days for a little bit of a lag time. We're going to see silver start to go up. We are now heading into June. June 28th, Basel III implemented. A lot of speculation on there. Do you want to be part of the largest transformation of wealth? Then now is the time. If you people have your 401ks or your IRAs and you're thinking about, hey, I'm almost ready to retire, well, there's nothing wrong with not only protecting your retirement account and hedging against inflation, you might consider moving 25 to 30% of your holdings over. Then if the speculation is right and the value of gold and silver, gold is revalued, you came in at a perfect time, and obviously you'll be able to retire much, much sooner than you had anticipated. All right, you guys? Come on over. Money Middle stocked up big time. Bigly. But look it. This is holding pretty good, you guys. You could get some random ones here for cheaper. But American Eagles, the reason why the premium is because people ask me this all the time. Why do American Eagles cost so much money, Pimpy? That's because they're the most recognized coin around the world. You can go anywhere in the world and sell them easily. If you want more bang for your buck, look over here. Just get these random coins or 1 ounce coins. It's the same thing for $33. Okay, it's a little bit cheaper. This junk silver is really good too. It's cheaper. Rounds, it's 33. Let's see where we rounds are. 1 ounce. So rounds are cheaper, as you can see. It's still silver. It's just not a numismatic collectible coin. Right? So you have them here. There's the Trump coin. So anyways, look at 32. It's a little bit cheaper. Where we are with bars. 1 ounce bars. 33. Okay, so again, you guys, if you're just trying to stack silver and you're trying to get as much silver as possible, then go buy rounds or bars. Okay? You'll get more for your money. Right now is the time. Right now definitely is the time. I'm curious about the gold coins. Oh my God, I can't grow coins are beautiful. So look at they're in the 2000. So right now you see the gold price around, what is it, 19 something? But with premiums and everything, they're being supported at this level. Absolutely. Like I said, for you people who go, oh, Pimpy, I can't afford a lot of gold. Buy fractional. Yeah, remember I was telling you about that. They have them in here. These are smaller sized coins or bars. Look at this is the size of a dime. $250. Right? They have, heck, let's go over here. Let's look at gold. Where are your bars? The bars are way over here. Here you go. Look at 1 grams. Let's look at the gram bars. 85 to 190. There you go. So see, you might think to yourself, I can't afford gold because it's like almost $2,000. You don't have to have 2,000, you guys. Buy these smaller ones. It's fractional. You can afford them. Okay? I'm just letting you guys know. I'm getting prepared. I'm ready for what's coming up. Make sure you have your little food supply. Make sure you have your bottled water stashed away. Make sure you have, a power generator. Make sure you have all that ready just in case. You listen to, Lynette Zhang talk about it all the time. Speaking of, I'm supposed to be doing a interview with Rice and Lynette Zhang. I believe it's on Tuesday or Wednesday. Either way, I have the video up. I just wanted to come through and just kind of share that video with you. Yes, I see cryptos are going up. I do think they're going to try to make another little run. They're going to try to discourage people from going into gold and silver. So don't be surprised about that. I'm really happy about this survey, especially when it comes to the silver. I put a big smile on my face to see that many of you saying, hell no. Only sell it if you have no other choice. And you people out there like, wow, I want to get away. It's not going to go nowhere. The price is going to stay. Once it goes this time, it's staying up there. All right? It's going to stay up there this time. It's not like 2008. It's not like back in 2000 and whatever the hell it was, or 1980 something, when it shot up to 50 and came back down. No. This is different. Way different. Once gold and silver goes up, it's up there. So at any time, if you need it, you can go ahead and cash it in. But you want to hold on to it and then, transfer it over to your kids so that they're out of the system. That's how you build family wealth. I know some of you out there are like, forget my little brats, they're a pain in the ass. Anyways, you guys, that's it. I just wanted to share this information, man. Daniela, great video. I will leave a link to it. And EB, just hitting it right on the money. I know I get people who are crypto geeks telling me all the time, no, you're wrong, Pimpy, about crypto. No, man, I'm telling you. That's the thing. That's how they fool you, man. I'm telling you, I guarantee before cryptocurrencies were even spoken about, they were already developed, played with. They figured out what they needed to do. They wanted to trick the people into being 100% digital. Now they know everything you do with your money. There's no escaping it. They lure you in with what? Peer-to-peer, total anonymity, no taxes, no rules. All of a sudden, jack the price up. You got a bunch of millionaires. These kind of things are just like, think of it as bait, and you're the fish. Yeah, sucker, go for that. And then they're going to hook you, and then you are cooked. You're fried. Anyways, again, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later.